Hey folks, what a beautiful afternoon. We've got a few cows here just talking to each other. Ours are on the right there, the black and white ones just right there, over yonder. And these are the little Highlanders, or the big Highlanders. They're always chatting to each other. Actually, my cows know the sound of this truck because we deliver hay in this truck to these guys, or gals. Man, it's beautiful. Alrighty guys, back on the canopy. You can see I've already started. I got a bit ahead of myself before filming, but I've got one side sort of done in terms of rolling that top panel and getting those sides through, those horizontals, just to give it a bit of strength and just to give it a bit of style, I guess. Still got to put the window in, or the louvers, clean up around that opening, trim around each edge and everything like that, but obviously that's going to come later. So I've just started on this side here, flat panel, and I'm just going to slowly start folding it over and then attach that that side panel, which is that top edge of the side panel joins the bottom edge of the roof. So I'll set this camera up and we'll see how we go. Okay, so on the downhill run here, we've got the ends stamped out. A kind friend of mine stamped these out, so they're not actually laser cut, it's actually stamped. You can actually see the infill which needs to be removed, but there's the corner stamp shape, and it actually does a series of stamps, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool method. So that is, obviously that's the infill, that'll be the backing. The actual hatch, I guess you might say, is this one here. And what I've done is made this out of, I've got him to make it out of thick, I think it looks like about 4 or 5 mil. That way I don't need actually a bracing or a frame, a steel frame. I can actually just use that and rivet the hinges and the lock straight to that. That's the idea anyway. So obviously again, that's been stamped out. This will come out. I'll probably put some perspex in here, and the gentleman's still yet to make the frames. And this front is done, so I've got to install that. I've sort of made that cut out similar to the window, the back window. So hopefully that gives me enough visibility. So she's coming along well. It's looking pretty good. I can't see that this won't get done before we go. Well, that actually needs to get done before we go, so I've got no choice. So let me set this up and we'll get into it. Okay, so there is the back installed. I've still got to run a trim around the edge. And the other thing I've got to do, unfortunately, these sheets that I got were only 1,500, 1.5 meters wide, and it ended up being 1,500 ended up being here, unfortunately. So I've got a strip that runs across the top, which I think it'll be fine. I mean, I'll put some silicone on there, and to be honest, you'll never see it because it sits so high. Alrighty, so I'll come to the back now, and we'll do the same thing. So I'll run a piano hinge along the top there, and there's our door, there's our hatch. The idea behind this is I'll put a little strip, weather strip along here. I might do a little angle here as well. It may need, I think once the piano hinge goes from there all the way to there, and then I lock it in each corner, I reckon that'll be pretty sturdy, especially with the perspex in here. I reckon that'll be fine. Alrighty, so that's where we're at so far. Looking good. I might throw this top. I'm actually out of rivets, so I'm actually limited to how much I can do at the moment. But yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so I'm really close to finishing this camper topper. One thing I've got left to do are the edges, right? Now, obviously, the way I've finished this off is, you know, you've got the roof, and then you've got the ends. So we've got the gaps and just the rivets. How do you finish that off? Now, I've tried a few different things. I tried heating some angle up with just some heat. Clearly didn't work. Just buckled it. No good. I did try some PVC angle. I think it's used for gyprock, but again, that was just a lot of work, and you know, yeah, no good. So I've settled for my shrink and stretcher. So it's actually working really well. I've just got to do this other side. I'm trying to get this done in one piece. This is the end that you actually see. I guess that's the back of the truck. So I sort of want to have that in one piece, and I don't want to have a join anywhere. Now, you know, you do get these little kinks with the shrink and the stretcher, but I've tried a little bit somewhere. Where is it? I don't know where it is. It's right there. So yeah, I've actually trialed a little bit just to see what it would come up like. And I've sort of just, that bit there is a bit sort of lobster tail like, but you can see the inside. And then I've sort of just lineaged that front face. So I'm going to do the same on the finished edging. I'll just probably, you know, give that a good sand, just so you get rid of those marks, and hit it with the DA until it gets to a nice smooth finish. And that'll be we'll rivet that in, and we'll go from there. Doing is showing you the topper, the camper topper. It's pretty much completed, bar a couple of little details which I'll briefly go over, but this is pretty much what she looks like. It's come up pretty nice. I'm happy with it. A lot of work, but you know, these things are, right? So, you know, profile wise, I'm happy with how it sits. It's not too high above the roof. It's just enough to make it look ugly and awkward, which is what I was going for. So the louvers open on this side. They're just siliconed in at the moment, so I'm not going to touch them, but essentially that's what we're looking at. Put a bit of red perspex in the back just to go with the red on the truck for something a little bit different. I've got to put a little seal. It's actually not rattling, I think it rattles on this side. Yeah, so I'm just going to run a little seal up through here. just to, is that flap or that hatch sits over that. So run a seal in through there, so that'll squash in when you lock it. I've let's go this way. There we go. I'm still yet to wipe off all the marks and everything like that and give it a good clean, but I've made this locking system here. I made that myself, so actually, it's pretty hard to do, but let's see if we can do this. There we go. Yeah, so that actually moves the pins in and out on that side, or both sides I should say. So then you're only using one hand to lock it, which is great. Bit of a shout out to my side project, or my side hustle, I should say, Skin Knuckles. So go and check Skin Knuckles out. That's what I do when I'm not doing other things. What else do I have to do? I think, oh yeah, I've got to actually bolt this down or screw this down. So I have used basically the original holes in the tub or the bed or the box to hold the camper topper in. So I've just got to secure those in, because I did take it for a drive before, and if you do a bit of articulation, it does open up a little bit. It does flex. So, and the topper does actually open up and come off the bed, I should say. So I'll need to secure that in. I was going to run a little bit of rubber through here, or some sort of seal, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, this is not like I'm not actually using it for camping or even storing anything that's, you know, overvaluable. So I'm not too fussed about it. If it leaks a little bit, I'm sure it will. We'll see. If it gets to a point where I'm annoyed by it, I'll do something about it. Use my shrink and stretcher to get these nice angles around that curve, and then my little drip rail, which turned out pretty good. Bead rolled these just to give it a bit of a profile and just to give it a bit of strength. Not too much. That's the other thing I've got to do, is some way of holding this up, because I don't really want to use modern struts. That'll just look out of place. So, and then if you hold it up on one side with a bar or something, it'll flex, and it's not glass, so it's probably not a big deal. But any ideas on how I can hold that up, let me know, guys. Bar a little bit of timber, of course. I don't want to be using that, but you know, that might have to be the case for the short term. Yeah. Hey folks, well look, that's it for the camper topper video. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. I hope I showed you some, I don't know, something that might enable you to make one yourself. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever made one, so there's probably a few things I would do different. But yeah, if anyone gives it a crack, let me know how you go. Yeah, shoot me a message if you've got any questions. Happy to help. Alrighty, take care guys. Bye.